topic on spiritual science, uh, on fundamentals of yoga. I extend a very warm welcome to all the masters who have joined this Zoom class, audio and video session on meditation and spiritual science. The topic essentially, as you know, it is fundamentals of yoga. Yoga means spiritual science. Kindly understand yoga is not only for physical or yoga asanas. It is also incorporating asanas, but still there's a lot of huge sciences behind it. It is a way of life. It is a big yoga shastra is there. That is called yogic science is there behind it. We have to understand what is this science is all about. It has got several sections. Actually, Yoga Shastra includes two factors basically. Okay. So to explain these things, I will just bring upon the next slide so you understand much more. So in the first next slide is going to show us the definition actually. What is uh, yoga? How it is defined in our scriptures. Okay. If you want to know that, this is the answer. Yujyate anena iti yoga. That's how our ancestors who have made sufficient research in the field of mind and spirit. And they have defined the Shastra, Yoga Shastra, basically with the principle of Yujyate Anena. That is the principle. That is the fundamental thing. What is that a man is supposed to do? He has to align himself, he has to align his personality with himself. Yujyate means alignment. That is getting together, joining together. Okay. Anena means by this. And you have to align with this. What is that? That is the self. Okay. What is this? This is the self. Self is called Atma in Sanskrit. Yujyate anena. You have to align your personality. Personality, everybody has got one personality. Personality is not Atma. Atma based personality it is. All personalities are founded on Atma, that is energy system in every body, okay, which is called as spirit in English. We also call it as soul. And in Sanskrit, the term is Atma. One more name given to Atma is Brahman. Brahman is revered as God by all the community in the physical plane. So Atma is treated as God, or Atma itself is God, because it manages everything. So slowly we'll understand how this Atma is realized to be God. Okay, Atma is taken as God. Why and how? All those things in the due courses we'll try to do it. So for this slide, we have to understand that we have to align our personality. Personality is based on mind, okay, and cause is Atma, of course, but it is acting through the personality is the entirety of mind. Every person will have one mind to think and perform. This is the faculty, this is the attribute, this is the function of the mind. What is that? It should think and perform the action through the personality. Personality is given to the mind. Okay. Personality is not given to the physical body, my dear friends. I will again explain about this personality, body, and Atma. These are the three independent bodies are there. These things we will discuss in some other to follow. For the time being, you kindly understand that everybody has got one physical body and one personality, and the Atma driven personality. These two are there. Atma is one personality. Atma is one body, we can say. Okay. Atma is enabling the personality, and personality will work through the physical body. This is the system. Okay. Okay, this we'll discuss later. But now for this class, this personality should be in line with Atma, because Atma only it is encouraging, making it active, making it work. And without Atma, this personality and the physical body do not exist. So the definition of yoga is really, what is that? Mind and body, mind and Atma should be always in touch with. It should get aligned. It should not get separated. So whatever mind says, it should consult Atma. Atma is the teacher and mind is the receiver. Okay. The transmission happens in the Atma. It will carry all the messages from the entire wisdom of the universes. And through Atma, it will reach the mind. Okay. So the mind should always get resources from Atma. Unless alignment is there, the mind will not be receiving the information from Atma. Okay. So the mind will not approach the mind. Mind has to approach the Atma. If it wants to work, it has to come to Atma. So this alignment of both is described as yoga in Sanskrit. And in various fields, it is also described as bhakti, devotion. What devotion is from the mind to the Atma. So the personality should be devoted to Atma. Whatever the knowledge this Atma gives, we have to work with that. That is called alignment. So we will be understanding the core issues very much wisely if we are aligned with our Atma. Those actions will be always perfect and solving all sorts of problems. Okay, that is the reason this alignment is necessary. Okay, so this alignment is known as Yoga Shastra. And my dear friends, let us understand how this yoga has come into being. It is flowing energy, it is how it has come up. In fact, there is one central point that is called yoga has come from Adi Yogi, okay, which is the symbol of consciousness. Okay, the consciousness means self-emerging energy system. That is called Brahma. That is called creator. Okay, Brahma is Bhuriti Brahma. That is the greatest. The energy system is called, that is the supreme, that is omnipotent. That is, it can create, it can destroy, it can sustain, it can do all sorts of things. See, all powerful. That is one. The system of energy system, we call it as Brahma. Okay. From Brahma, the yoga flows. See, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, these are all the mythological names given for the same one and the same energy system. Okay. Shiva or Vishnu or Brahma, all are only for one energy system, that is called creator. Okay. So from the yogi, from Adi Yogi, Lord Shiva is named as Adi Yogi. From there, yoga has flown. How he has, through to express about it, there should be some sort of sounds should be there. So the Nada Brahma has been created out of that. So Nada Brahma has come. How it has come? Through his Dhamaraka, the instrument is there with him. So through Dhamaraka, a lot of sounds have flown into the space. And those sounds have a sort of designs or some such thing. They are simply sounds concerning to a sort of amalgamation of sounds will give rise to a sort of meaning, okay. So from those alignments of sounds have been expressed in the Maheshwara Sutras by one of the great personality, saint known as Panini. That saint has made use of these Maheshwara Sutras. From Maheshwara, the Nada Sutras have come. That is alignments of sounds which are created by Pranava Vachaka, that is Om. It has been creating a lot of sounds, and that is called as the Maheshwara Sutras of Vangmaya. What is that? Vangmaya, that means communication. It has to communicate with somebody, isn't it? So this has been started at that time. So Maheshwara Sutras, the first letter which has come to manifestation is, come to be spoken is A. Okay, the initial letter of the entire grammar. Okay, of our vocabulary, of all our literacy, literary letters. Okay, so all the letters have come starting with one single A. Okay, so from A everything has come. Why A has been named? Why A has emanated from that? Because the four words, first things, what Adiyogi wanted to communicate to the, in terms of letters, four words have come out of A. Okay, so number one is Aham, it has come. So the basic structure of Aham comes in the first and foremost, uh, the, the so-called Vangmaya, that is the science of communication. Okay, communication, something we should communicate now. Then we have, he thought that we are great power, Brahma, but how to communicate that I am so and so. So started giving some sort of orderly sounds, and those orderly sounds have been aligned to come out with specific letters. Okay, first letter it started, and that is indication of Aham. Aham is the name of that Brahma. So to communicate that I, in English it is called I. So to indicate I in Sanskrit, we call it as Aham. Aham has come only to identify that Brahma. Okay, Aham means I. I is Brahma. So kindly understand, my dear masters. Just to understand, to communicate that the greatness of this creation, the first identity in terms of Vangmaya, in terms of letters, has evolved in the letter A, starting with Aham. When once Aham has come, that is the basic, the grammar, Aham, and then another word has been created by him as Tvam. Tvam has come. Aham, Tvam. And then Saha. And then Tat. These four words are the foundation for all the literacy. Okay. The whole literary grammar is revolving around these four words. What are those things? Aham, Tvam, Saha, Tat. These four are only meant to indicate Brahman. No other meaning is there for that. Aham means Brahman. Tvam, Brahman. It is only to indicate. Another name for Brahma is Tvam. Another name for Brahma is Saha. Saha means he. In English, Tvam means you. I is Aham, you is Tvam. He is Saha. Who is that? He is Saha. Okay, what is that? That is Tat. Tat is meant by for non-living objective things. Tat means that also is filled up with Brahma. That also stands for Brahma. It is Brahma. So I is Brahma, you is Brahma, he is Brahma or she is Brahma, both are saying. It is Brahma. To indicate Brahma, these four words have been aligned to give meaning sufficiently, and all the grammar has been created around these four words. First sentence aham, second sentence in English is you, third sentence is he. Okay. First tense, second tense, and third tense. You understand? So all that is called, and that is Brahma. So that is also Tat. Om Tat Sat. That is also that. Sarvam Khal Vidam Brahma. That means everything. Myself, yourself, himself, and itself. So all are covered in the universe, and whatever available in this universe, Earth planet, is only composed of these four persons. We are there, you are there, and they are also there, and things are also there. It makes the universe. Okay, these four sentences are the beginning of this Yoga Shastra. All these four should be righted. That's what Yoga Shastra says. So, aham tvam saha om tat, revealing Brahman. We should understand these words are meant for Brahman, not for you or me. I means we will say, I am Shivaramappa, so I stands for Shivaramappa. That's not correct. If that is the case, nobody should use I again. If once I use I for me, that is Shivaramappa, you cannot use that word again. So you'll also say I, isn't it? So why we are telling not only in our place, in our Hyderabad or in our Bangalore or in our India or anywhere in the world, everybody takes I. Why? Because it is not belonging to anybody, one person. It is belonging to everyone. Why? Because everybody has got that Brahman inside. I is called Brahman. Brahman is called Atma. So Atma is existent in everywhere, every word, every person, females or males, animals, or any reptiles, or any birds, or any creatures, either in the sea or in the sky. The creatures living inside the sea, living outside the sea, on the ground or in the skies or wherever it is. Everything is filled up with Brahman. So this is the meaning, what the truth of the existence is this. So this sort of Atma, Shastra is called Yoga Shastra. So we should know what is this, how we are all aligned. So we are all aligned together only by Atma. There is nothing greater than this. Mat tat parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya sarvam mayi protam sutre manigana yava. Sri Krishna gives this information to Arjuna in the mythological, our text, Bhagavad Gita. He explains very well. What is more greater than existence of this self? Aham. I am the greatest of all. There is nothing greater than me. What is that I? I is Atma. It is not Sri Krishna Baba. Kindly let us understand very well that when once he refers to me is not Sri Krishna person. Me is only that self, Brahman. Aham Atma. He also reveals that I am not Krishna. Aham Atma Gudakesha Sarva Bhutashraya Stitaha. Aham Adisya Madhyasya Bhutaram Antayevacha. So these are all the explanations. We have umpty number of explanations. And all our great masters have written, spoken, preaching, teaching, so many things they are doing. But yet we have to receive that in a correct manner. Okay, masters, now we are there to spread this sort of knowledge to everybody. Okay. So Brahman is self, and self is energy. And wherever there is a moving, that is called Prakasha. Okay. Prakasha means light. So the light always flows, So it moves. Vibrations are nothing but light. Vibratory bodies are all, they are all indicators of the self inside. Aham Brahmasmi, they said. So this is the first sentence has come out of Aham Brahman. Aham is called Brahma. Tattvamasi, you are also that. So our people could not understand when you are saying there's many people have already told that you are that, you are that, you are that. But nobody is understanding what is that. Everybody says, I am Sri Krishna, I am Shivaramappa, I am so and so, so and so. That's it. Not more than that. Always we think that we are somebody else other than Brahman. Tattvamasi, you are that. That means that Brahman, that vibratory body you are. You are not having any name for you. Understand? What for that name? Name is for personality. We'll understand in a different class about this name. Okay. Then third one is Soham. Saha plus Aham have become Soham. They are masters. Saha means he. Who is he? He is I again. Soham, Saha, Aham. There is some disturbing sound is coming. Om Tat Sat. Even that also that. What is that? That is that. So everything, whatever seen to us, whatever our level of vision goes, whatever we see, everything is filled up that. And what is not seen also filled up that. Everything. So all the grammar is around these four words. Okay. Now kindly see the slide. Aham is equal to I. Who is I? Who am I is the question. Normally in the society, many people have been using to explain. But the more they stress on who am I, nobody is able to understand. But the question, if we take the question in a different fashion, who is I? Then you will be probably understanding you are different from the I. Who is I, we should say. Then I is Brahman. Then who is you, we should say. So Y-O-U in brackets. Okay. Who is you? You are the Brahman. That is the answer. You is the Brahman. That is the answer. Similarly, he. Who is he? He is Brahman. Then what is that? Which is that? That one is Brahman. This is called Vangmaya has started with this. The whole thing has been constructed out of this. All grammar has come to deal with these four words. Then Vedic messages are like that, Tattvamasi. First thing is Aham Asmi. That is Aham Brahmasmi, sorry. Aham Brahmasmi is from Yajurveda. Okay. And it is not being seen, Okay. Tattvamasi is number 2. The great sentences from the cosmic truths. Okay. One is Aham Brahmasmi. Second one is Tattvamasi. The same thing, to explain the same words. In Samaveda, this is the message. I am Atma Idam Brahman. This is the message from Atharvana Veda. This Atma itself is Brahman. It is clearly said. So that is number 3. And all these 3, to know that is the Brahman, is Pragnana. That means this is the wisdom. That wisdom is called Brahman. If you know that, you are the Brahman. So the more information you got, the more wise you are to understand the sort of inherent meanings of the words. Then you are yourself Brahman. You understood yourself. Brahma with Brahma eva bhavati. Taittiriya Upanishad says. Brahma with, that means whoever knows this Brahman, that it is vibratory system, it is energy system, it is in me. This is I, that is you, that is he, that is it. If you know this, then you are the Brahman. Knower is the Brahman always. So the known, knowing, and the knower. These are the 3 important things are there. Gnanam is very important. Gnam, the substance is important. And Parignata, that means the knower is also important. All these 3 are mingled in together. Aham Brahmasmi. So We are embodiment of that sort of energy system. So we are that. Okay, so Prajnanam Brahma is called, is a very great sentence from Rig Veda. Rig Veda is a thing which is making everything crystal clear that everything is created out of that. What is that? That is the consciousness. That is the self energizing, loving force. That is called self. Self energy, it comes. Self energizing, loving force, it is. We will discuss about this definition of self in a later class. Be attentive every day. You will be getting a lot of new things, new perceptions, and which will reveal the truth more and more understanding way. Okay. I am Atma Idam Brahman and Soham and Om Tat Sat. These are the 5 sentences, are great sentences. And everything, communicable system, Vang Maya has been carved out of these 4 words, 5 words. Okay. So, again, after, I don't think in the afternoon session I will be available to us. Why? Because I have got an engagement on 1:15 back again. So what shall we do? We'll stop with this for today, and tomorrow we will design it for 30 minutes.